Hey, so we got Lakeland today. Nice job against South Lyon East. I think we had some opportunities that we probably should have finished getting out of there. Just a 2-0 victory was, it's always good, but 2-0 is, like we talked about, it's a dangerous score, right? You think you got it under control, you give up that goal, and all of a sudden you got momentum and everything happening. So, I think that we got to do a better job of finishing teams off, right? We did a nice job against Kettering that night, and obviously those are two totally different teams. But when we get those opportunities, let's bury them, all right? Tonight against Lakeland, they're down, and to tell you the truth, there's not a whole lot of love lost with me in Lakeland, and it's one of these teams that I've been kind of looking forward to for the whole season so far, and I want to put a lot of pressure on them, all right? So let's go at them. Let's go have some fun tonight, okay? I'm not saying that they're not a good team. They're going to come out. They're going to be well coached. They're going to be able to do some things, but I think this is a team that is not going to be as defensive as South Lyon East was, or South Lyon, and we proved that we could score against those teams as well. So coming out, we're going to do some things differently because me and my ADD, I can't do anything the same for too long, right? So starting out, we're going to switch things up. We're going to go to like a 3-5-2 tonight, all right? So here we are. Bell, you got Nat, JJ, and Fischel on that back line. Leah, you got that holding center in front of JJ. You listen to her, and then if JJ goes forward, Leah, to slot right back into that back line and just keep things moving, right? Ling, you and Coco out on the outside. You guys are true wingers tonight, all right? So it's time that you guys earn your money out there and start putting some miles out. Sarah, you and Ty, we're going to push Ty into the middle today. I've been waiting to see Ty in the middle, and Sarah, for you to be able to go forward a little bit like we used to put you up top there. So you guys, your job is to look to create, and we'll talk about this more. And then Mary, you're getting on that scoring tip after getting a goal last game there, so keep it up. And then obviously Abby, there hasn't been a game you haven't scored in yet, so let's keep that going, all right? But all you got to do is just keep moving ahead with just that same mentality of finishing and putting yourself into good spots, all right? Now, so as we get going here, we talked about this new formation, and I really want to get things moving in a couple ways, right? We want to, I think, do a better job of these diagonal balls and switching the field when we've got time to pick our heads up, right? Teams seem to be playing pretty high against us, and I don't think we're going to surprise anybody with our speed or something like that, right? So I think that they're not dropping deep or anything. So I need you guys to really pick your head up and through our movement, let's get behind these teams, all right? So offensive goals, we want to switch the field tonight. And then when you take a look at this formation, I want to rotate our numbers forward in a way that so we can get Sarah or Ty pushing through that middle, or we get Ling and Sarah and Mary, or these two forwards combining with somebody else, and we can overload a side and we can get these numbers to our advantage, all right? And we can kind of pull this back line apart and do some things. All right, and so that's what rotating the numbers forward, and then that's the find the overloads, right? So if it's our outside mids, if it's those attacking centers, if our forwards are combining together, just read the game. And this is what's so great about you guys, is that I don't really think that we have these players that I can only play this position, right? I think we have so much soccer IQ with us that we can pretty much do anything. What I want you to have tonight, though, and we'll talk about this in the intangibles, is this confidence going forward, all right? Our defensive goals, with only 3 in the back, is we want to limit our counters with high pressure on turnovers. So if we're going to turn a ball over, fine, but we're going to high pressure and win that ball back, or at least pressure them so that they can't pick their head up and target a long ball and get their ball moving out of the back, right? We got to make it ugly so that we can recover and keep them in front of us, right? But close out. So when we do have them in front of us, again, with that back three there, and I know that Coco and Ling Ling are going to give us defensive shape on the wings, right? But I also want to make sure that they don't have time, their centers, to pick their head up and find space in our back line, all right? So that means we got to step to those people. It doesn't mean we have to dive in. We just got to shut it down so that they can't send long. And then finally, air balls and restarts. Coach is never going to allow me to not put air balls in there until we are the best air team in the state here. So we just got to keep working hard. And again, that's a mentality. And especially on these cold nights like this, and I'm so sick of the cold. I can't believe we're late April and it's snowing still. Anyways, I digress. Finally, our intangibles. I look you to create with your movement. And so that means, we're getting our numbers forward. But you got to be creative. You've got to see things before they happen. We've got to move places, and we hope and have confidence with our teammates that they're going to find us and they're going to see these things develop. And I think that's what you guys have. You possess those things, right? And finally, have fun. And I probably shouldn't be taping this and saying this, but I want to have fun at their expense. Like I said, there's not a whole lot of love loss that I have with Lakeland and obviously some other teams in our conference. But, this idea that this has always been kind of a bloodbath game back and forth. And, I don't expect much more. But I think tonight's the night that when you come out and you play and you're confident and you're creative and we get our numbers forward, I think we have a great chance of just stepping on their throat and putting them down. So that's what I'm hoping for. Let's come out. Let's go do what we do here, and that's work hard and play as a team, and we'll get a result. All right. Love you. Let's go.